guys, certainly last but not least, right? And one thing I want to make sure we talk about before we dive in here, before I introduce our next amazing speakers, who need no introduction, by the way. So I just really kind of get to pass the mic here. Two things I want a quick reminder, housekeeping wise. When this is done, I'm not coming back on stage. I know you guys are so damn sick of me, and so we decided there's no more Mr. Clean, shiny head
Never.
on the camera. No, what we're gonna do is we want to make sure that we finish this off the way we finish off all of our conferences, right? Think about this: we're in person. This is the last stage speaker. So we're walking up, and now we're walking out, and we're going to back to our hotel rooms or back to the shuttle bus that's going to take us to our hotel. And on the way out, what do? We shake hands, we give hugs, we exchange numbers, we connect with those people that have been across the room that we haven't been able to reach all conference long. But this is our chance to hit them before we hit that door. We got to make sure we finish strong. So when this is done, you're going to go right back into the networking lounge or into our booths. And one thing that shame on me I didn't talk about early on was Jack put together a great little scavenger hunt.
Quiz.
And as you go to the booths, you guys get to finish these off, and then all kinds of things get to happen from there, right? Okay, so we'll see you guys in the networking lounge. Jack, damn it, you made me laugh. That's awesome. All right. Jodie and Gil don't need any of my introduction. Jodie is the mastermind behind this whole entire community, and we're also grateful for her that she's curated this, put it together. Challenges have hit her through. She is the epitome of people keep trying to throw bags of shit at her, and she's gonna keep rising. And it's what we got to do in our hospitality business every single day, no matter what. Gil Chen realizes that as well, and that's why he's helped hosts build their own brand outside of all of the dependencies of the OTAs and this industry. Guys, I'm so grateful for people like you. Thank you so much for allowing me. I hope I added the smallest amount of value to your journey through this
Oh,
amazing conference. And I'm so grateful to Jodie. And guys, let's go. Here's the mic.
hang on, before you go, we have to say a big shout out and a big thanks to you, because without you bringing everybody on and all the intros and all of the great gags, look at all the little comments there. You've done a fantastic job. So thank you for that. We really appreciate it. You're up on that stage in Colorado, and you've just done a fantastic job with the summit. So thank you so much.
I'm
Really
so
appreciate it.
grateful. Thank you.
Yeah, likewise, I want to express the same. Like, I want to know whatever conferences Fawad's going to be hosting, and I want to be there.
Thank you.
You are
I'm
an awesome
grateful,
host.
guys. Smallest part of the journey. I appreciate you.
All right. Let's we'll do this. Yeah, right. Okay, so Gil, here we are at the end of end of the summit, and for those of you who were at Colorado, we started our session off with something, and our session is called the Hospitality Hokey Pokey, and what's it all about? So we did this on stage. Everyone can put that on themselves. So we did the hokey pokey on the stage, and it was a lot of fun. It wasn't intentional, but it just turned out that way. So Gil, here we are.
Yeah, I did not intend in Denver to be doing the hokey pokey on stage. So kudos to you for pulling that
Oh,
one off.
yeah, it was a bit of fun, wasn't it? Yeah. So Gil, introduce yourself if we
Yeah.
need to. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm Gil. I'm the founder of Craft Estates. I'm a host myself too. So my wife and I, we own a couple cabins out in the Smoky Mountains and also in Branson, Missouri as well too. And like I mentioned, I'm the founder CEO of Crafted Stays. We are a direct booking platform allowing hosts to build high performing direct booking sites without having to hire an agency. We're super thrilled and honored to help so many hosts become more independent and be able to establish their own brands. And it's kind of why Jody and I had a chance to connect, and we're really making sure that folks have their own platform that they can call their own outside of kind of the big OTAs there. So Jody, I'm thrilled to be here with you.
Yeah, thanks, Gil. It's nice to share the stage with you. So, for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Jodie Odlin. I am the founder of the Global Hospitality Collective, and I'm going to dive into that a little bit deeper. I'm also the creator of the book series Hospitable Hosts, and I've the one who's put on this summit with a whole plethora of people who have behind the scenes who have been helping out. So, yeah, that's me.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see the slides. Just a quick check there. Are we good on the slides there?
No, the slides aren't up there, Gil.
Let me try it again. It was showing earlier, but I will try
Mm,
it again. How about now?
yes.
There you go. Sorry, I
Yeah.
thought I was presenting the whole entire time.
Oh, did
Didn't
you?
miss very no worries. You didn't miss very much. We already kind of had the intros here. But over the last what 4 days now, it's wow, it's a 4-day journey there. We went through so many different conversations, and the one thing that I really appreciated out of both the virtual session and the one that we did in person was that everything was centered all around hospitality. It wasn't
Yes.
about scaling. It wasn't about growing your portfolio. It was really about how do you really deliver the experience that a lot of folks kind of depend on us. So I'm super thrilled to be part of this. Jody, I know if you want to kind of pick out some of the key things that you really was really excited about over the last few days.
Yeah, definitely. So the agenda is was very intentional, as Gil said, to be about hospitality and leveling up hospitality skills in the short-term rental industry. We've all visited and attended many summits and conferences and webinars and Zoom calls, and it is one topic I think that is not covered well enough. A lot of people get into this industry through property investment or they've had to pivot their life somehow. And it is a really great industry to be in. But some people and organizations just lack those hospitality skills. Now, I do have a hospitality trained background. I went to hospitality school, all those H's in there. So I've worked in five-star hotels all around the world. So for me, it was very important to start looking at what we're doing in our industry. And after attending some of these conferences, actually, I was in Australia and we have a great conference there called the Astra Conference. And there were so many people who were in attendance who had traveled from overseas and also locals, and they were staying in short-term rentals because we all wanted to support each other, and they were having terrible journeys, like terrible experiences. And we know those things happen. We're all hosts. I'm a host. I forgot to mention that as well. But it really did make it clear that we do need to elevate our standards in the industry. So we pulled together all of those great people that you've listened to over the 4 days to be able to help you increase your standards in the industry. So, Gil, was there anything there? Like we've got the time, the experience, what we've experienced there. Have you got any ones that really stood out to you because you're a host, you're an operator, you aren't hospitality trained as such. You've come in
Yeah.
as a different way.
No, so like for me, my wife and I, I've been a product manager for the last 15 years. So we're very, very product and we're well, people focused, or
Mm,
really try to understand what people are trying to do. So although I don't have a big hospitality background, I've kind of learned it as we went as hosts, as many of us. We not all of us are kind of trained from in hospitality, so we kind of walk into it. And I've learned a lot through the many years of hosting, but just hearing how folks think about how they give back to the community, how they think about guest communication, how do you even pace yourself as you're building out kind of your whole business out there. There's
mm,
all these different things that a lot of folks maybe we may have gotten it because of investments. We may have gotten it for different reasons, but the folks that are in there now, the folks that really care about hospitality, those are the folks that I see doing really well. And especially on my side, on the direct booking side,
yeah.
those are the folks that get really strong direct booking rates because those are the folks that attract folks that want to come back to them. So I just enjoyed all the conversations here and all the great folks that had given up their time to be able to just present to us today and really share kind of how they think about hospitality and how it might be different. And that's the nice thing is that not any one of us follow the same kind of path on how we think about servicing our guests. And that's really good because it's not one size fit all.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's what I believe sets us apart from the hotels. Like we do have to have standards across the industry, but also keeping in mind those little uniqueness, those little unique points that each an individual host brings to the industry and shares with their guests. Mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, kind of like recapping, kind of like why we're here. We all care about hospitality. We all care about the guest experience. We all care about making a difference here. That's kind of why we set out to carve time out of our busy lives. This 4 days is not a small amount of time, but the folks that are in these rooms, the folks that are maybe they're catching the replays afterwards because they may have other things that they're juggling, but the folks that are showing up are the folks that really care about hospitality and the overall guest experience here.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's
And
always room. Yeah, sorry, Gil.
no, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say there's always room for improvement. You know, when you do attend these summits and conferences and even just little networking sessions or talking to fellow hosts, maybe it's just a local community. There's always so much to learn. And I know, you know, I learn so much from the people in this community just by general conversations. It's like, oh, you do that? Yeah, I do this. And you know, how do you do X? And you know, it's just great when people come together and truly collaborate. And we're not just talking about the buzzword collaborate. We are truly collaborating here to make the industry a better one for us because we all really enjoy it, or most of us do, and we really do care about the guests most of the time because we always have those ones that you know we'd rather see out the back door. But anyway, you know, we really do need to come together. And I think that forums like this allow us to do that.
Yeah. And I
Mm,
think that's the one unique thing about our industry is that we are a collaborative bunch. I've been a part of many different industries, and there's something quite special about our industry where we're not gatekeeping certain things. We're trying to share, we're trying to elevate each other. And a lot of
mm,
times it's not just learning off each other, but also being inspired by each other. So, and that kind of
yeah.
moves into kind of your overall vision of kind of what you're creating now. Um,
Mm,
I see it as we're building, you're building more than just a brand. You're building an overall movement of things.
mm. Well, as many people know, they know me for building out a series of books. And it was during that process that I got to really network work with people and listen to their stories and find out what's their why. You know, like Debbie was saying, like Rose was saying throughout the summit, like what was their why? Why were they in this industry? But also to find out what inspires them every day to keep coming back and doing it. It's a really hard business. And I always say for those people who say it's a side hustle, I don't know what they're doing, but maybe then they've got a load of VAs or a lot of support to help them. But to me, it's definitely not a side hustle. You know, I've been in this industry of short-term rentals now for 10 years, and it's hard work. It's a lot of hard work, but there's a lot of rewards for it. You know, out of the 90 guests that come, we might have one that's not so good. And every time I get, you know, a lovely message or a review or even a card left or a gift left, you know, by guests, because that happens, I realize that this is why I'm doing it. I'm doing it to create memories for people. I want them to have the best day possible. And when I get that one, I'm just that, you know, is negative. I just think, oh well, you know, we can't please everybody, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. So so what's my vision with this? So we can see there the logo, the Global Hospitality Collective. Now, the name says it all. There was a lot of toing and froing to try and find a name that would encompass everything that the collective is all about. So let me tell you a little bit about that. So we're a global group, as you can just see with the attendees here and the speakers. We're people from all around the world, and a lot of them have been featured in these 3 books. And they've come together, and we are creating a hospitality standard. Our focus is purely on hospitality. So that's why hospitality is in our logo name. And also, we're a collective. We're a group of people coming together. So we've got the hosts, we've got the property managers, and we've got the vendors who all want to elevate this business together. We're in it for the long haul. You know, it's maturing. We need to set those standards, and all of these people in this collective are going to help do that.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that kind of leads to what's next, Jodie? Where do you want to take things? Where is this all going?
Okay, so we've set the standard. We've created a standard in hospitality, which is called the collective standard. And there's going to be a lot of information coming out about that in the next couple of weeks. So we're starting with a benchmark. We've created the benchmark. And whether you come and stay at my property over in the Cotswolds in the UK, or Gill's property, or Rose's in Ohio, or Helen's in New York State, or Felicity's down in Australia. Sorry, Felicity, you are down. We're all going to have a similar standard, and I've created a benchmark for that. Now, as I said before, bearing in mind you have your unique style, and it's really important that is still kept. But I do believe, and this is what has been created, is that there's this benchmark that we can all work towards.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. Where I think the standard is not a bar that is, I would say it's the minimum bar. Like we want to set the standard of where the baseline is and kind of what guests should expect to receive when they're staying at a property that has that marking there.
Yeah,
It's not to say that we don't have our special things or the ways that we make it special or the ways that we treat our guests or the way that we message our guests. None of that kind of goes away, but it allows us to really establish a really clear expectation with the guests so they know and they trust that they can stay here and they're going to be treated well.
exactly. So what does that mean, Gil?
Yeah. So Jody and I, we've been working quite behind the scenes for a little while now. It's been a little while.
Mm,
Jody came to me many months ago with the idea of really making it a place where folks can discover all the great properties that meet the standard and what makes them all unique. And this is quite a unique set of properties and set of hosts that are hosting this. And I believed in Jody's vision. We invested pretty heavily at Craft Estates to help back that vision there. So now we're putting together the final pieces of this. It's going to be launched pretty soon, but now already on the platform, we are able to bring in hosts onto our platform, property managers onto our platform. They're able to add their properties to it, and guests are able to search across the globe and be able to experience what it means to have really high standards for what hospitality should be. And hopefully, this goes out into the ether, and everybody starts to want to aspire to meet these standards, and this continues to grow over time. But I'm really thrilled to be working with Jody on this.
yeah, it's been an exciting project. It's a huge project on Gil's part. His team has been working around the clock, and they've really put something magic together. So, the way that this website works is you will have your own PMS, and it allow this website and how Gil's created it. You can have your own PMS, but then be listed on one site. So I may be with Guesty, for instance. Gil may be with,
I'm on
hostfully.
onerous. Yeah.
No, you're a donoress.
Yeah.
And so he can list his properties and I can list my properties and they're all on one site. So there's no fees involved. There's nothing. Once you meet the standard, the collective standard, you will be able to list your properties on this website. So it's going to be a really, really exciting project that has been kicked off. And we're
Yeah.
really, really happy about it.
Yeah, and then the way that kind of Jody kind of laid out is that you have full autonomy over your listing descriptions and your titles and everything, and all that
Mm.
synchronizes with your PMS, all your rates, all your availabilities. It's as if you were building your direct booking website off of the Craft Estates base platform, the core platform there. We're using all the same technologies, all the same property management thinking, but it also allows Jody to scale this indefinitely and not have folks need to ping her if there needs to be a content update there. It automatically already happens kind of behind the scenes with your PMS there. So I'm thrilled to kind of put this vision in place or be able to kind of allow this vision to come to life there. So again, we're just about to launch this, and I'm excited to be here for the ride.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So, as the title says, it's global, and you can see on that map there, we will have properties from hosts all around the world. And if anybody would like to be a part of it, you just let us know, and we will let you know how that can be.
Awesome. So kind of to kind of wrap things up, why this matters, we all deserve more than that superhost badge or that premier host badge there, where we have all committed ourselves to pretty high standards of hospitality. And guests should remember you. They should remember your stay and you should be able to kind of own that guest experience. So this is kind of one step towards that. And hopefully folks that book with us through this platform, they continue to book with you endlessly. And kind of the nice thing is anyone that does book on the collective platform is going through your PMS, it's going through your messaging. It's all happening as if it was on your own website there. So pretty proud of kind of how we put this together.
Yeah, absolutely. And it goes, way beyond the website as well. Like
Yep.
the collective is all about education. So we're going to be an education platform as well, with real hosts. We don't have gurus in our collective. We have real hosts doing real things who want to share their expertise with everybody. So it's going to be such a great platform. And we've got another in-person summit coming up in New York State in June next year, which we're all looking forward to. That's at Helen's place. So for those of you who listen to Helen's talk about how she turned a Girl Guide camp into a best-selling, number one performing wedding venue, then come and see what she's put together, because that's the next in-person event that we'll be doing. So we've got a lot of things coming out. So just watch this space. And, the summit may be ending, but it's only the beginning, for the future of hospitality standards in the short-term rental industry. And we want you to be a part of it, to lead the way. So for those of you who are interested in being a part of it, you can get in contact. I will be sharing emails over the next couple of weeks of how you can be involved in this. So just keep an eye on your inbox. And it's really, we want you to be on this journey with us. So as a thank you, we're going to create a founding members community that you can all be a part of now that you've joined the summit. And we really hope that you take that step to help us level up the standards in the industry, because we need to do it together. It's not just one person. It's not just one organization. And we all need to come together and truly collaborate on this.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you said it right. This is just the beginning there. So I'm excited to meet again in person in the next few months. And folks, definitely keep an eye out for your emails as Jody kind of rolls out the program and pulls us all in as kind of the founding team there. This is really exciting.
Yeah. And it's been yeah, the planning has been quite incredible. So I'm really happy to get to this point, to be able to now talk about it and share with all of you who are listening. And if you feel that it's something that you would want to be a part of, like I said, like, come in and join us, but also spread the word, like spread the word that this is happening. We really, really need to level up those standards, as everyone talks about. And I saw in the chat here, Felicity, you were at the Astra conference as well. I know you were, and you said here in the chat that it was very embarrassing. And yes, I found it very embarrassing too. And here we are now, 2 years on. It was at that conference I thought something needs to be done. So we've done it as a collective, and we're ready to roll it out. So I can't wait.
Yeah.
Does
Awesome.
does it look like, going back to the chat, Gil, maybe some people have some questions that they'd like to ask?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
drop them in
domain. Yeah, drop them in the chat. I'm just kind of going through reverse chronological, so the latest one first.
Yeah, sure.
The domain, that one's gonna get released pretty soon, David. So definitely keep an ear out for that one. We will be sharing that pretty soon. I'm just kind of scrolling through. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the chat.
That's okay.
I don't think there's any hard questions in there.
No, there's no
Yeah.
question. Yeah, I
So yeah.
think most people are in agreement that, the standards need to be leveled up. There's millions of hosts around the world. And look, I would imagine there's a lot of yahoos, I would say. And we need to separate ourselves from them, because I think once the standards are elevated, then we're seen as an industry that really is out there and are professional. And those people who, bring the industry down will drop away. And then, that helps with everything. It helps with advocacy for the short-term rental industry, that we can go to local governments and so on and say, like, we're a professional group of people. We're a professional industry. So I believe it'll help with that as well. So it'll help across the board. The vendors that are getting on board, the ones that are downstairs in the booths, as I say, downstairs in the booths, because I've been juggling it all around on the screen for the last 4 days. They all truly believe in this as well, and that's why they were selected to be a part of this summit. And we just didn't bring on everybody. So these are people who lead with heart as well, and they really want the industry to grow and grow in the right way. They put their heart and soul into their businesses. So, like David and Nisha,
Yeah.
So go down and see them in the booths and show them some love.